Welcome to the workbench. It's been 3 years since we last shot a video. We felt it was time. We're in a new shop, and with new shops come upgrades. So today we're going to be upgrading an old workbench of mine. We're going to put a new laminate top on it, make it a little bit more durable, a little bit more clean. So it'll make a great change to an old piece of furniture of mine. So here we are at the table saw. I have selected my Formica that I'll be using for my top. This is the color choice. And one way to cut Formica that is super convenient is using a table saw. So key things to think about is that you need some sort of jig fixture to prevent the laminate from going underneath your fence, and just keep a firm hand on it as it's going through, because some of this can be pretty low. So we're gonna flip on the saw here and get going. So one of the things that we'll be needing is this spray adhesive. This is contact cement, and kind of a unique kind that's especially for laminate applications. So this one is made by Formica itself for Formica panels. You can get it in 5-gallon containers like this, or as small as a spray paint can. However, if you're going to be doing it in this size of a canister, you will need an application gun to go with it. This stuff only sticks to itself, so that's a great benefit. But if it touches another surface that has glue on it, they are stuck. You only get one shot at it. Otherwise, you have a very goopy mess. So find a surface that you are prepped and ready to spray your contact adhesive onto your Formica panel that we have here. I have chosen some cardboard that I have pre-sprayed a little bit, just to make it a little bit tacky. I just want a little bit of an overage protection here, because this stuff comes out in a 6-inch fan and it's like cotton candy and it just goes everywhere. So give yourself a little bit of leeway with your space that you're working on. We'll just throw this right on up. Stay! All right, that's not good. So I've got my piece prepped up and stabilized. We're ready to spray. This stuff, like I said, it's like cotton candy, but do not eat it. It's not that tasty, I promise you. We're gonna go back and forth, and we're gonna do a nice even pattern throughout the whole entire backside of our Formica. And honestly, that's sufficient, that's enough. So here we are, we're back at the bench. We've got our sprayed laminate piece here, and we are about ready to do the prep here on this table. So there's 2 ways to go about this. One of which is surrounding the whole entire perimeter with tape, which is my preferred way, but it is a little costly on materials. It's consumable. The other idea is to use a piece of cardboard as a shield, and you just put it on the edge as you spray, and that protects your floors or any other surface from getting contact adhesive on it. So I'll show you both ways. We'll zoom in here first on the cardboard, do a little section, and then I'm going to proceed to do it with my preferred way, which is with the tape. Off camera, we taped the perimeter around this. It's just overhanging 3/4 of an inch. It's just enough for a careful hand protection barrier as you go through. So just give this a nice even coat, much like we did to our Formica piece. And once again, just do a little overlapping with the glue. Just make sure to mind the perimeter, because that's where the laminate's going to pull up the most. If it's going to pull up at all, it would definitely be on the edges. So I just make sure to give a little bit more of a perimeter around my bench top in this case. Okay, now we got this sprayed. It's had 30 seconds to dry, and it's already dry to the touch. Remove your tape. No big deal, just give that a toss. And the next thing that we need to do is that we want to put these sticks down. Why? Because this glue sticks to itself so well that I don't want to risk it touching itself before I have it in position. So these sticks help me as a solo person operation. So I'll space them out about every 12, 14 inches, just enough that the laminate will not dip. Voila, it rests. So from here, I just kind of position it by eyesight or by touch and feel. Make sure that I've got sufficient coverage on every side. Take one stick, start here at the end. Make your first initial contact. From there, use the stick to flatten it out as you go, doing one at a time. Let's get bold, let's take two out. And from here, just be a straight shot all the way to the finish. Now I'm going to come back, I'm just going to do a smooth press down just to make sure that I have good contact on every square inch of my top. Your laminate's on. Let's clean it up. All right, second to last tool. We need a flush trim router bit in a small trim router. I just barely set the blade, just barely high enough that it's cutting. So go around the perimeter and we'll see you on the other side. Okay, we're down to our last tool. It's just a regular file. What we're doing with this is that we are taking the shop corner and we are just coming at it at a 45-degree angle, maybe a 30-degree angle, and we're just taking the sharp edge off. And that will protect any accidents as you're working around these pieces. So, come back here, just start on this edge. All right, that was probably a 30 or 60-degree angle, I'm not sure which, but one of those, right? Then coming in, taking a little bit steeper. And one more time. Okay, there you have it. So thanks again for joining me for this video. I'm so excited to start my video series again. Just so you know that this was a quick demonstration. There's definitely a lot more to learn and do when it comes to laminate. We can get more into techniques and types and other applications at a later date. So stay tuned for those videos somewhere down the line in the future. Once again, happy to have you, and we'll see you again on the next video.